Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg's passive income, then shit, I want that, nigga.
So make the next Facebook.
Say it with me, Matt, on 3. 1, 2, 3, nigga. There it is. Imagine.
You said it was okay.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down. I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 98 of the Saratobi Sports Pod, the Monica Lewinsky episode, because
Gangsta.
1998 started out with a fucking bang. It's me.
The button's
John.
not labeled. I'm sorry. Fuck it. Go ahead.
All right. It's
clearly
me,
is, you
John,
just can't read
a.k.a. Celine Dijon, a.k.a. Dijon Mustard. And I'm in Regrown Recording as always, and I got my guys with me. To my left, Justin Mouth Thomas.
Yes.
No, I feel like it's kind of you have to say pause if you're saying that. Like
Nah.
that's
you
I mean,
you didn't.
mad
Mark,
pause.
was it Marcus Morris? His nickname is Mook. I don't think he says pause after he says
Is it?
Mook. That's like his Twitter handle.
Mook
That's what he
Morris?
goes by. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but like nah.
Mook is pretty OD.
You calling another man mouth? I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Bro,
You
you
referring to
refer to
yourself?
Yeah, you.
yes,
you are
I
mouth
can
mouth.
refer to myself as that.
You refer to another man as mouth. He
You
got that
refer to-
mouth.
Yeah.
Who I said that about?
Come
Chris
on, yo.
Middleton.
Come on, yo.
I think I might have made it. I think that might be a clip that will be posted to TikTok. I don't
That's
remember
crazy.
if I have it.
Yeah, because I know our reactions were just too good.
Yeah, mouth
All right.
was crazy.
Well, if you're gonna use that audio, just make sure there's a picture of Felix behind it as well.
Wow.
You are a lolly.
And to my right,
Felix is a grown ass man, all right, which does not help my case at all in this conversation.
I love this Cambridge.
But damn.
Are big behind.
no mouth. What?
Wait, who are you talking about?
Liz Cambridge.
Oh, Liz Cambridge? Yo, she's a freaking paint beast, bro.
Yeah,
Facts.
I'd paint her nice. Continue with
Yikes.
the conversation.
And this is the issue with women's sports in America. No,
I'm so sorry. Not sorry.
to my right, the deacon of demon time, Mr. Worldwide West himself.
Because everywhere I go, I leave a worldwide mess. And there are some people in this world that I will leave a worldwide mess on. How y'all doing, y'all? How are y'all doing? Hope y'all had a good week. Hope y'all staying safe out here. Yo, COVID. Yo, wear a mask. Please wear a mask if y'all not
Delta
vaccinated.
variant.
Yeah, that shit wild, bro. Wear a mask if you ain't
Yeah.
vaccinated. Please.
Good thing I always fly American Airlines.
You're off to a real strong start this week.
That's okay.
And the voice of the great beyond, keeping us sounding silky to bless your eardrums. The Gabagool, a.k.a. Greg Postabich, Mr. Matt Barba.
Yes, sir.
Ciao.
Nice. I'm loving it.
All right, we are back for another week. Glad to see you guys. But
Glad to see you
there
too,
really,
John.
I feel like there wasn't a whole lot to talk about this week. So, what do you want to get into
Well,
first?
I mean, Miles was out here talking about Liz Cambridge, so I guess we should preface this by saying we're currently watching the WNBA AllStar game, which features WNBA AllStars versus the Team USA, which will be competing in the Tokyo Olympics coming up in like 8 days.
yes,
Something like that, yeah, it's close.
It's very close.
Was it beginning of August, like last week in July?
I think it's the last week of July, yeah, beginning of August. But yeah, Team USA, women's basketball. Shout out Benaja Laney, all-star for the New York Liberty. Also, Sammy Whitcomb in the three-point contest. She lost, though. But that brings me to another point. There is a team called Team USA on the men's side. Now, look, here's the thing. I'm going to preface this by saying these games don't exactly count, and I think all the overreactions are hilarious. But also at the same time, like, we're still the greatest basketball playing country on the face of the planet, and you should never really lose. That being said, these other countries have gotten better over the last few years.
Which is you would hope that it's that if we're still in the time of basketball where it's 1992, you put all of the NBA All-Stars out there and we're just demolishing everybody, that just means that the sport hasn't grown. So I think it's a good thing that other places are becoming more competitive. Like, you say what you want. Like, Nigeria, while they shouldn't beat the United States, they do have 2 players that play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Then you go to Australia.
Nigeria? No, they have 3.
3. Though
Yeah.
even
And they all play for the Miami Heat for some reason.
right. That's what I'm saying, because it's Precious and
They
two
could have had
two
another.
more.
They could have had
Precious,
another
Gabe
one.
Vincent, and Oh, who's the last?
I think so somebody plays on the Kings, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right. I know that there was a picture the Heat posted that it was Bam Adebayo, Gabe Vincent, Precious Achiuwa, and like someone else.
Right.
And it was like Heat Nation or something like that.
Of course. Yeah. And then even you look at Australia. Australia got a good roster top to bottom.
My thing is Australia's been like competitive with the US.
Yes.
But if you're Team USA, after you lose to Nigeria, you got to come out cooking the next
Patty
one.
Mills, the GOAT.
And I feel like we had a conversation a while ago about Patty Mills, and I don't remember when it was. But if it was doing this thing, because when Patty Mills puts on that Australia uniform,
bro, he turns up.
You know what I'm saying?
Like real shit.
Yeah, it's like he saves it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's like, fuck the regular season.
Right.
He's like, what am I gonna do? Put all this effort to be a 17 when I can win a gold medal?
Right, of course, and it's amazing. But yeah, like you want the rest of the world to catch up, and even though Canada didn't qualify, like Canada's gonna have some players too for the future. You know what I'm saying?
If they decide to play.
Well,
that was the issue this year.
Well,
you know?
right, exactly. So
you gonna tell me that? Why didn't they qualify?
No, they didn't have any excuse not to qualify.
Because somebody's budding star couldn't carry them.
yes,
Crazy.
yes.
Budding star.
RJ Barrett. Oh, sorry.
It's
Sorry.
He wasn't even the quote unquote best player on that team.
He will be going
Dude,
forward. Though.
hey, look.
He should be going forward.
He should be because it's
Well,
not. It's
him or
damn
Shai.
sure should be
If Shai
shot.
plays.
Yeah, right. But it's damn sure not going to be Andrew Wiggins, and I think we all can agree on that. But yeah, like
I feel like I've been telling people about Andrew Wiggins almost as long as I've been telling people about Doc Rivers.
not Andrew Wiggins. That's funny as shit.
Treesh.
Andrew Wiggins will also be mentioned in another conversation later on the episode. But
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
yeah,
Yes, but
Back to the topic at hand. Dude, if you're Team USA, you gotta come out, man. You gotta win.
you got to pull up and pop out. You got to win these games. You got to smoke niggas. Bro, it's so crazy because in 2016 or was it? It was 2016. They smoked Nigeria by 50, and I don't think a lot of people like remember
I
that.
think at that point, there's one NBA player on that Nigeria.
you know the
team?
team. You know the time before that they beat him by like 83.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
That was
I
the
remember
the
that.
Kobe year.
yeah.
That
Which
was
is-
the year where we had no reason to where we had to put countries through it. Like we literally were out here starting other world wars.
Right.
I saw after the whole shit, they were there's a tweet where it was like, these motherfuckers can't beat Australia. They can't beat Patty Mills. While in 2008, they were eating gas station Wendy's and cooking in countries by like 40.
That video is
I
great.
just watched that video because fucking you got young Chris Paul, you got LeBron with a hairline, you got all of these
Deron
niggas.
Williams.
Deron Williams, Deron Williams.
Peak Deron. That's Utah Jazz. Deron Williams.
That
my
was my
God.
favorite point guard.
Yeah, that's
Deron Williams.
amazing. But yeah, man, like them niggas are gonna be fine. I'm not really worried about them. Like we really gonna see what it's hitting for in the group stage. If they're struggling in the group stage, then I feel like we should have something to worry about.
Their group is not tough at all. I think it's Czech Republic, Iran, and France. Yeah, Czech Republic, Iran, and France.
Damn, who even plays for France anymore?
Yeah, there's a lot of French players. You
Yeah.
got Gobert, Batum.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Boris Diaw is still on their team.
There's no way he's
Diaw.
still playing, bro.
Hey,
If,
Boris-
if Luis Scola can still play, Boris Diaw
No,
can
but
still play. Damn it!
No, the thing is, I don't think Boris Diaw stopped playing in the NBA because he wanted, because he wasn't getting on a team. I feel like he was just like, I'm good. Like I feel like he was pretty
Spurs
content.
fucking
Yeah, I
legend,
feel like
Boris
he was pretty-
Diaw.
Bro, when you talk about playing the 1 through 5,
Yes,
Boris
positionless
Diaw?
basketball.
Yeah.
He's not talked about enough. Positionless basketball.
drafted
Boris
as a
Diaw.
point guard, turned into a 4-5 on the Spurs, man.
It's always crazy
Amazing.
watching like Boris Diaw at the beginning of his career, and then at the end, you're like, these are two different people. Because Boris Diaw
Bro.
was skinny when
Yeah.
he first came in the league. You look at him at the end, you're like, damn, he ate a little bit too many Big Macs.
Just like you, bro. Had one too many Trulies, man. It should get weird, bro.
But that's the thing. Who still plays for France? They should win. If anything, you would expect, I guess, them and France to come out of that, having some NBA players. But my thing is, if they still struggle, right? Who do we look at? Do we
Okay.
look at Greg Popovich? Can he just not coach a team full of stars?
I don't think it's that. I think it's this. I think it all stems from the fact that we had
And he was getting a bit testy the other day after
he-
the
he
second
was.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him and Dame Lillard. This shit was
because
just-
he's too old for this. But anyway, I would say it comes down to this, right?
Jeff Van Gundy would take the job. He already does Team USA for everything else.
He can go away. Anyway, I think it comes down to the fact that we had an abbreviated schedule of the NBA to give enough time so that the NBA finals would end before the Olympics, right? Which I still think is kind of wild that we still have 3 guys on this Olympic team that are currently playing in the finals.
Yeah,
in
that's a
Book-
terrible idea for them.
in Booker,
Honestly.
Middleton and Drew
I
Holiday.
don't expect them to play a lot of minutes.
Well, I don't expect them to play a lot of that many minutes. Although Drew Holiday, I think, is probably the most important out of those two, just looking at the roster construction, because looking at this roster,
Who playing defense?
it's bad. Like, it's a bad roster construction in the sense that most other Team USA teams have been balanced. There's no facilitator on this team, right? Like, you look at the guards, you have Bradley Beal, you have Dame, right? Where's the facilitator? You got Tatum as a forward, you got KD. Draymond is probably your best facilitator currently right now until Drew gets back.
Right.
And that's not saying a lot, right? You also have Zach LaVine, you have Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo. We're also the Team USA is also
Bam
weak.
and Draymond are your facilitators.
Team USA is also the weakest Team USA has been at the center position in a while. But look at the NBA. The best centers in the league are all
Jokic,
either
Embiid.
European or African.
Yeah.
Embiid, Gobert, Jokic, what do you call Sabonis? Like, everybody is international. You got no centers that are American. Then you got K-Love. And another thing is, I think that the veterans on this team, right, Draymond and KD and Kevin Love, right?
Kevin Love.
These guys know what FIBA basketball is, because FIBA, for anybody that doesn't know, the Olympics are reffed under FIBA rules,
right?
Which is totally different than NBA rules, and the big difference is the physicality. You can't get away with all the chippy and ticky tack BS that the NBA,
fouls.
the baby fouls, right? And we saw.
Also, is there 3 second?
There is 3 seconds. There's 3 seconds. Yes.
There's just no 3 second in Spain then.
But there's also no goaltending in the sense that you can knock it
hit
off.
things off the rim, which is lit. And
I like
the NBA
that.
added that. That would be kind of that would be fun.
But I think it's also the
Do
case.
you count that as a block?
No,
I got to.
It would have to be.
No, it's not a block.
What do you count it as?
No, it
If you
hits
hit
the
something off the
rebound?
It hits the rim. And
Oh,
you just count it as a rebound.
well, if it hits the if it hits the rim,
But it can't
But
be
if
a
you
block.
knock it off the rim when it was going to go in,
It's just
that's
it's a
so
rebound.
that's so
It's
gay.
not
So,
a block.
so then technically no offensive interference. Then that rule.
no
is
basket interference.
No
Period.
basket interference.
Yeah.
nice.
But it has to hit the rim first. Like there's still goaltending. Like if the ball,
Yeah.
if you shoot the ball,
If it's on the way down and you
And-
grab
yeah.
it. But if it's on the rim and it looks like it might drop in, you can just swat that
you
shit
swat
off.
that shit off.
That's
yeah.
Like
that's
you're playing
wonderful.
beer pong.
Yeah, basically. Then
That's
I also
dope,
think
but
like,
I'm
yo,
with it.
since it's a reference for FIBA rules, why you can tell guys are not used to playing FIBA, like Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, Dame, like because you saw they were trying to hunt fouls in the Nigeria game and even a piece in the Australia game. Why is KD, Draymond not telling these guys, yo, bro, like this shit's not gonna work. Like this shit doesn't work in FIBA. They don't care. You can look at them all you want. The rest are just gonna stare at you and run down the court.
Right.
Like, and you can't talk to them because they will give you a tech at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Team USA will be fine. It's not much to do about nothing, but at the same time, it's still hilarious seeing them lose.
2 games in a row.
Absolutely.
If they lost one game, it's like all right, like that's fine.
Yeah.
But
The
then it's
best
just like
thing
2.
that's come out of it has been everyone's kids have been hanging out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, did you see that picture?
with Draymond,
It's
Jason Tatum?
Draymond, Tatum, Beal, and Dame's kids.
One
They were all just
of
hanging
these
out.
things is not like the other, and that's all I'm gonna say. John saw the picture, so he knows what I'm talking
Bro,
about.
that nigga Deuce is big as shit. Yo, like that's a big
Right.
3-year-old.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I was referring to. Yep, there it is.
Wow, you guys are bad people.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm the worst of people.
No, you are the worst person. But I'm just saying, Deuce,
You are the
Deuce
worst
going
person.
Deuce going to the league. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying.
Bruh.
But someone entered COVID protocols.
Isn't that some shit? Like it's literally right there, exactly where we can't fucking see it. All right, well we'll get. We'll
sure we'll get a notification.
Yeah, we'll get a notification soon.
But yeah, the Team USA will be fine. Look, it's even with this trash ass roster construction, they're still the best basketball players on the planet, talent wise. So
At the end of the day, just one of them can take over for each game, and then they'll win.
and I think that's what they're trying to figure out.
Except Slovenia.
I think that's what they're trying to figure out because it was a lot of hero ball.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, like you just do this, like dribble.
If you
shoot.
think about it, it was
Dribble,
a bunch
dribble,
of
dribble,
motherfuckers that
pass,
were playing
pass,
on a team by themselves outside of KD.
Well,
I
This
mean,
is what-
of course. I mean,
It's a bunch of motherfuckers who are out here.
It's so different because all these dudes are all-stars. All these dudes are used to be able to doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do on their own team. And obviously, like, yo, you say what you want about the 08, 2012 team. Like, those are their goats on that team. Like, they're still trying to figure it out. And I feel like that's okay. Just make sure y'all don't lose because that's the expectation is that y'all win.
The only person who has to think about sharing the ball on that team is Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
Everyone else is like, all right, well, I usually got to do this myself.
basically.
like.
Well, and Draymond, because he doesn't, you're not running an offense through Draymond.
But I think it's funny
Might have to.
because, but I mean, but you look at like that 08 team or that 2012 team. You got guys like Jason Kidd and Kyle Lowry and things like that. Kyrie
balance.
was on that 16 team.
Kyrie was.
you know, and even on that 16 team, it wasn't as star-studded, I think, as this one. But you had guys like DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, right? I think that's also what this team is missing: defense. Like, who on this team are, aside from Draymond and Bam, who on this team and Kevin Durant, who on this team can really defend like that? There is no perimeter defense.
Yeah,
there's interior
exactly what I was
defense.
thinking.
There is no perimeter defense.
Do you believe that? And of course, defense is going to have to come into play at some point. Wow, I love Skylar Diggins. Do you think that the U.S. team can outscore everybody? Which is just like what it can come down to. Because the one thing that other FIBA teams are going to do is play defense. Like, if they can't score, they're going to play defense well. But will that be enough to stop the U.S. team? And the answer to me is if everybody on the team or is at least hitting shots, I feel like they're still going to outscore everybody.
Yeah, but then there might be a day like when they play Australia where Dame had 22 and was the leading scorer. And
Right.
motherfuckers gonna win.
And then that's
My
Like
thing
the
is
Nigeria game.
my thing is if I'm Bradley Beal, right? This is someone who came in to the league as a defender, played good defense for the beginning part of his career. In the past couple of years, mostly because he's had to completely shoulder the load offensively. People are like, damn, this motherfucker don't play defense no more. To even the point that he came in to, I believe it was this season, going, I need to build my defensive reputation back up. I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to do it.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think Bradley Beal needs to prove anything anymore offensively, but like, if you're a team that has a super offensive-minded star and you want to trade for Bradley Beal, that is something that you need to think about, right?
Right.
About if you end up trading a defender, or when you're doing that, you're losing a spot for a perimeter defender, right? If I'm Bradley Beal, I'm out here to hit open shots and fucking play defense.
Fuck it.
That's what I think you should do.
Yeah.
You obviously don't need to play the hardest defense of your life. It's
Yeah.
the fucking Olympics. But I think that in the games that matter, like the knockout games and shit like that,
Yeah.
I feel like he's someone that should really step up.
And it's gonna be tough because when these teams like
Who guards Luka?
all right,
And if they have an off day, right? If USA has an off day,
Like, I'll put KD on
Luka can have an off day.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
But
I mean-
if Luka has an off day, it most likely will be before they hit Team USA, then they would lose.
Wow.
I would say I don't think they can hit Team USA until probably the quarterfinals or the
knockout round.
semifinals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think this is a proving ground for a lot of guys. I think in terms of just change, like guys that like have gotten maybe a bad narrative around them of being like soft or foul hunters. This is a perfect place to say, oh, like I can hoop and get buckets without needing the refs.
Right.
You know, like
If James Harden was on this team.
well, Harden was on an Olympics team and he did
was.
pretty well.
Oh, I know, but I'm
you know,
talking about
Right.
now.
but
Or
and
even just showing that, or even more so just showing that they're able to play team basketball because
Yes.
that's what a lot of, you know, it's so different when you're an all-star because you can just be the star of your team. You can just do whatever you can do what you do great, and then that's enough. But sometimes you're gonna need to do what your team needs you to do to win games. So I think that's gonna put a lot of these guys to the test. Obviously, KD's gonna be KD. Like niggas not gonna be like KD. You have to pass the ball. No one's gonna tell KD that. But some of these younger dudes on the team might have to be like a nigga like Tatum. It might have to be a nigga like fucking Drew Holiday. A nigga that's like, yo, we need you to do this today. Like we need you to rebound. Like we need you to guard the best player on the other person's team because. You know, we got niggas that can score. We need you to do this today. And that's, you know, that's really on Popovich. Popovich got a coach at the end of the day. But yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think it's like they can score with it. Like scoring is not a problem.
Should be the
like
least of the worries.
like
Yeah.
I would assume Team USA is going to drop 90.8 because I know like the quarters are shorter. I'd assume they drop 90 points a game every game. But you could run into a situation where you had in the Nigeria game where they just are knocked down from three.
yeah, motherfuckers just hot.
They just couldn't miss from three.
Perfect storm for sure.
So
Yeah.
there might be a perfect storm game where you have maybe a France team that just shoots, you know, they hit 12 threes in the first half or something like that. And you're down, you know, 8. And you're like, all right, now we got to, you know, pick it up. But scoring's not a problem. I think it's just going to come down to defense and just, you know. I do think it's funny, though, that I feel like Team USA is exactly what niggas thought the Nets were going to be this season.
That's pretty fair.
And yet here we are.
Here we are.
You know who's on the France team?
Who?
Frankie Smokes.
No.
Rudy Gobert. The NBA players in it are Rudy, Nicholas Batum, Evan Fournier, Frankie Smokes, and Timothy Luwalu-Cabarrot.
Oh, yes!
Oh, Nets legend.
TLC. Oh, boy. Nah, it's going
Oh
to
wow,
be...
that France team is actually okay, decent.
Nah.
And not because of Clank.
Also, the Nigeria team it's Precious. So the other guy you're thinking on the Heat, his name is Keze Okpala.
Okpala, okay.
Yeah, and then you have Mie Oni from the Jazz, Josh Okogie, Jordan Nwora from the Bucks, Chimeze Metu from the Kings.
Ah,
Jaleel Okafor.
Yeah, Jaleel Okafor. Yeah, Nigeria legend Jaleel Okafor.
And
Really?
Gabe Vincent. Yeah.
Yeah, they got.
Oh, I
there's
didn't even
NBA
know there was
talent.
another NBA player on Slovenia. So it's Luka and this guy in the Nuggets named Vlatko Kankar. That's an aggressive name.
I want to say the Campazzo was just on the Argentina team.
Yeah, and then
I didn't know Campazzo was from Argentina. I thought he was from Spain.
Composite all.
Yeah.
I thought Italy team has interesting Nico Mannion, Gallo and Nico Melli, and then the Spain team, Marcus All still chugging away.
Wow.
Nice.
Good
Oh,
for him.
Pau
Good for
is
him.
also playing.
Powell's playing.
Good for him.
Yeah, Pau's playing at 41.
Good for him.
Nuggets legend Rudy Fernandez.
Yeah.
Rudy Fernandez
Yeah.
is playing. Oh my God. Oh
Rudy
my.
Fernandez, Rudy's
Yeah, look
playing.
at that.
Willie Hernan Gomez is playing. Of course, Willie's playing because he don't get burned nowhere else. And Rudy and Alex Abrinas is playing.
Okay.
Yeah. Low-key, if I'm Bam, I might have played with Nigeria just to fuck around.
Yeah. Just because. Why not?
Yeah. Just
Right, and mind you, right? Nigeria is missing Spencer Dinwiddie. You imagine if
he would play
Nigeria-
for. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's on the Nigeria team.
I didn't know that. Damn, what the
Bro,
fuck?
if-
How,
I
do,
don't-
Only
Yo,
reason
next
why he's not
Olympics?
playing is
how do you-
because he's
how do you
hurt.
qualify to be like with the Nigerian team? Like you can just.
Descendant?
I think you need
Yes.
citizenship or something like
yeah,
that.
at least the citizenship. But
Yeah.
like, if your parents are from there, some shit
I
like
don't
that.
know what his like lineage or whatever is, but yeah, he made the announcement like last year or
I'll
something.
tell you what, man. If Spencer Dinwiddie played, I think if I'm Bam,
I would
dude, if
put
I'm
money
Bam,
on-
I'd play with Nigeria,
Bro.
And just off rip, right? You have Bam, Precious, Josh Okogie, and then you put Spencer. So you have a scorer, you have facilitator, then you have people who play defense.
I'm not
and
gonna
then you
lie,
just put
Bam-
shooters around.
Bam might have
give
medal
you a
chase.
run.
Bam might have medal
Might
chase.
medal chase.
He might have medal
Facts.
chase. That's
Nah.
crazy.
Hey, man.
I'm trying to think. Nah, if Spence was on this squad, I would put money on him to get out
The
that
knockout.
first stage. Yeah,
Depending on
They should get out
yeah.
the first stage regardless. Unless, yeah.
yeah. Their bracket isn't too. I forget the exact teams, but their bracket isn't too tough. They could. They have a good stretch of games, but no, Olympics are gonna be fun. It's the only time I actually root for America in any regard. So there you go.
Well, it is.
And that is it for us this week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Saratobi Sports. Go like the Facebook page. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you guys can find me on Twitter at Offended Narwhal. Guys.
Yo, big facts. Yo, enjoy the rest of the finals. Enjoy the Olympics. Enjoy, the second half of the baseball season, except if you're a Yankees fan. Yeah, outside is open. If you're not vaccinated,
trade for
please.
another power hitter.
Oh, wonderful. If you're not vaccinated, wear a mask. Pray
Go
for
get
Cuba
vaccinated.
and Black Lives Matter.
Nematodes are people too. That's all I got for you today.
Nice.
Catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion.